Ladies and gentlemen, let's see if I could do this in 6 or 7 minutes or less with allergies. This is my 2023 Toyota RAV4 XLE all-wheel drive with both the convenience package and cold weather package. The two accessorial options that one came with the vehicle was the roof racks. The one I added later on because I got a better price online was the mud flaps. I'm sorry for this camera focusing the way it is. It's brand new. I'm still trying to figure it out. Also, please bear with me the wind. This is actually the second trim level up from the base model, and even with the base model, you still can get with options correctly with the XLE, a power lift gate, a power, full sunroof, tilt. You get really nice premium wheels, and you get heated seats, and you also get a heated steering wheel and a windshield de-icer, which both of those are located right here. Sorry again for the focusing issues. There we go. And you get the heated seats that I mentioned up at the front. Other trim levels can option you for rear heated seats, and even rear heated seats. Also with the Limiteds, you can get air conditioned front seats. I believe that's available also on the TRD. I don't know, but I know it is available on the Limited because I have very well experienced in the RAV4s. This is my second RAV4. I had a 19 previous to this, and I had this 23 for eight months, I believe, and 5,400 miles. I intentionally waited because I wanted to get some experience of driving and make sure everything was all good. Do a couple of my tasteful modifications that you might not ever see, but I know are there. So I'll try to fire this at you really, really quickly. I think this is the best vehicle you can get for the money. Not only can I speak from personal experience and have 100,000 different stories that I could talk your ear off on, that these things through and through, top to bottom, up and down, every millimeter, these things are as reliable as you will ever get a modern day car. It's probably the 4Runner is the most dinosaur vehicle you can get, but this is the next best thing. The engine, the 2.5 liter port and direct injected 4-cylinder with the 8-speed transmission are superbly reliable. I cannot even begin to explain it, but I figured there's no point even getting anything else, only because these things are so good. You get a bunch of safety features standard, even on the base model: adaptive cruise, lane depart alert, and it'll even center your lane for you while you're driving on the highway. Please keep your hands on the wheel. But these things are very powerful, very efficient, very reliable, and what's not to love? I'm going to show you there. I did weather text myself, but that's not part of the video. That'll be some other time. With the LE and the XLE, you get it's not quite a cloth, it is a cloth, but it's a tighter textiled texture, and it's very comfortable. It's not like the cloth seats you're used to in your grandma's 2001 Kia or Hyundai that's like super, like, makes your back feel all staticky and like your clothes stick to you. No, this does not feel like that at all. You'll be sitting on those seats. I have road trip in RAV4s. I have done several road trips in them, and these seats both times are superbly comfortable. In fact, so comfortable that when I got rid of my 19 RAV4, I traded it for a 23 GX. The base model RAV4 without lumbar support was more comfortable than the 23 GX. That thing, I could not get the seat right. And it's a common issue on those GXs that the seats suck and they hurt your back after a while. So locking gas lid can't open that. Now, I'll obviously demonstrate the power lift gate, and while I do that, I will talk about the fact that this thing has plenty of room. People don't understand, and the video that I'm making will not do it justice. This is a big car. It's huge. The actual space, I know somebody who had an 18 Murano, and not to pick specifically on that car, but I'll pick on everything else because I love Toyota so much that the cargo space, and even the cars in the next trim level or in the next class or size up, the RAV4 is still bigger. So that power lift gate, you could either open it from the button up there, your button over here to close it, your key fob, or if you actually want to, you can pull it and it'll start to descend and close down. But like I said, I know I'm going crazy right here. I'm trying to keep this as brief as possible. I got these seats back a good amount, but there's still plenty of room. I sit back behind myself just to verify, and it is very, very, very comfortable and very roomy. So as I mentioned before, I will show you that it is a very easy to maintain all the way through. Your fluids, your spark plugs, oil changes, everything is very easy to maintain. Everything's very easy to do, and I'm confident you can too. 4.8 quarts of 0W16 full synthetic. Please use the OEM Toyota filter and OEM synthetic oil. full synthetic oil, you will thank me later. Do not change it every 10,000 miles, because that's when issues with not just Toyotas but other cars start to form issues. Oil burning, engine sludge, engine failure. And if you don't take my word for it, why don't you go down the road that way, where just 2 miles away is the Car Care Nut. The 1.1 million subscriber Toyota guru knows these things in and out better than I do. Go have a chat with him, who his video specifically and a number of different videos mentioned do not do 10,000 mile oil changes. Now, with the exception of that, and you take really good care of these vehicles, my experience with them, with my 19 and the other 3, that this is the second one I've owned, and then 2 other ones, and following a couple of other well-known RAV4 icons in the different groups, we've actually had one just trade in for a GR Corolla. So he still stayed in the Toyota family, traded it in for had a 2020 RAV4 hybrid, a 2020. Now get this, I'm gonna blow your mind. It had 470,000 miles on it. And with the exception of normal wear and tear and maintenance, that car did not have a single problem. So I know that from my experience here, I'm gonna have a very long way to go, because I only have, let's see here, I only have 5,360 miles. I do apologize for the glare. So I have a long way to go, so we should get to it. So I am a previous electric car owner. More specifically, I had a Tesla Model S. I will tell you that the 19 RAV4 and this 23 RAV4, along with the other 2 experience with the 21 that is no longer, but the girlfriend's current 2024 Limited, all of them ride smoother than the Tesla that I had, and a number of other cars. They're extremely comfortable to drive. They're very powerful. You put your foot down and it just knows what to do. And my fuel economy is down right now only because I just reset literally right before filming because see, when I put the pedal down, it goes down to nothing, but that's not accurate at all. But I normally average. Just a couple of fun features I like to mess around with, especially sport mode. Who doesn't love a good sport mode? And a really good screen to use, Apple CarPlay or Android Auto, an easy to use climate control system that's actual physical buttons where you don't have to mess around with the screen. Nothing climate control is in the screen whatsoever, as a matter of fact. Even the heated steering wheel and the de-icer, it's all actual physical buttons. And so very powerful, very good fuel economy. Again, don't pay attention to that, it's not accurate. But nice compass, all the good stuff that you could possibly imagine that you'd want in a vehicle. Just gets up and goes, all while getting an average in the 3 seasons, a good 30 miles per gallon just to start. I don't even try, and I could top that. I go on road trips with this sometimes, and I've had this thing breach just right under 35 miles per gallon. In the winter, even though winter blend additives in your gas and the cold weather wreaks havoc on your fuel economy, this thing is still averaging high 20s, depending on what trim you have because of weight, if it's a hybrid or not, and if it is front wheel drive or all wheel drive. It's all gonna matter at the end of the day when you option it out the way you do. But either which way, you're not gonna be disappointed. And if you don't want the engine to shut off at a red light or when you stop, there's a button for that if equipped. My girlfriend's 24 Limited does not have that button, so she gets to start it up and go and not ever have to worry about her engine shutting off. Very nice layout of the RPMs and your tachometer. It's fully configurable, especially if you have a higher trim where it's all digital. You can configure that 1,000 different ways, and it's, even though it's 1,000 different ways, it's easy to use. For the price point, you're not going to find anything better. This will be reliable as it possibly can ever be. It's very reliable, it's resale proof, and you're not going to find better value for the money. So thank you very much for watching. I hope you have a great day, and I hope to see you in a RAV4. If you like RAV4s and stuff and you want to see more, please subscribe to my channel and follow me on Instagram. I talk about the RAV4s quite often, and they're just the best thing since sliced bread. So thanks again. Have a good one.